everybody, Toosha here. Come to do another card, a flowery card today. This is the one we're going to be doing. Pop that back on there. And it's Chloe and Sheena. I just love this set, absolutely. So to get started, I'll tell you what you're going to need. Your card base is 7 by 7, and then the gold piece is 17 by 17 centimetres, or 6 3/4 by 6 3/4 inches. Then you'll have a white piece, which is going to be 16.5 by 16.5 centimetres and 6.5 by 6.5 inches. So that's our card base. Now we're going to be using Chloe Creative Cards die set and stamp set, which is Rose Mallow Flower. Beautiful, love it. And then this is the Sheena set. I don't know whether anybody saw it, where you get the large alphabet in uppercase, then you get lowercase in stamps, and you've got Earth Day and Christmas of anniversary, congratulations, AB or you, and lots of little different ones. And then you get the die, which cuts out, I don't know what you would call it, a piece of parchment, that's what I've called it. Piece of parchment to put your big letter on. And that's that. And then you get a set of stamps with these different designs to go on the middle on this. And I've used the rose one. I can't see that rose one. There you go. Let's see if we can see it better on white. There you go. The rose one I've used. And then you get the one with words, verses, and I'm using the birthday verse on that. And you get lots of little stamps all round for use, which we will be doing. So let's pop that over there, out the way a little bit, and we'll get started. Now, I've done things to help us along because of time, and unfortunately I tried to do the video yesterday, it went all wrong, so I walked away. So we're here today, and so that my gold piece is already stuck on my card. And then I get these out, and then I've used purple vellum for the flowers. And then I found this lovely green. You can just see the shimmer on that. Don't ask me where I've had it from, I can't remember. So I've used that, and that I've cut out with this fern die, and I can't remember what make that was. I have a feeling it was, oh, I can't think. It'll come to me and I'll try and remember. So for time, I've cut out the 2 bees and the scroll. Now if you look at the scroll, there's a little bit, let me see if I can get that, yeah. It's a little bit of a tag there, and you get that on that bit as well. If you lift them up a little bit, and then when you tuck that under there, it does actually look as though it's rolling down. I hope you can see that. Yeah, you can. So I've done that already. Stamped, heat embossed, and cut out. And I cut the gold one out separately. So that's that. That's my little bit of vellum left because I want to show you how I stamped the flowers. This is the front, and I've stamped 2 corners. I'm going to show you the last corner how I did. So that's going to be our first job. And for this I do use my stamp platform, because you can get the corner let me just get the stamp on so I can show you. It's off of this one, the big one. So I'm just going to lay this over mine and just get it in where I need it, which looks almost there. That's there. That looks like. A little bit more there. Okay, let's get that bit right. And then we'll try and get this bit right, which is like that. Up a little bit. There we go. So that's on there. So now to do a corner, you'd stamp that, heat emboss, heat it up, turn this round, you'd stamp that, do the rest to it. And now I'm going to be doing mine. And as I go along, I'll tell you what I'm using. I'm using Isaacs embossing pad. I like this because it's sticky and you can literally feel it going on the stamp. Lots of little taps, get going over it so you get good coverage of ink. And then over we go, and stand, ladies, gents, because it's, you'll know you'll get a good stamp if you do that. I've pressed it all round, and there we go. Just get a piece of paper. And to heat emboss, I'm using Thirsty Brush Gold Digger embossing powder, and this is one of the nicest golds I've used. It's a nice fine there you go, look at that. That's really come up lovely. Probably one of the best ones I've done. Right, that's that. I'll pop the lid back on that one. Get the heat gun. Don't forget to heat it before you put it on. Sorry about the noise, ladies. I'll go over here a bit. You can't see me doing it. I want you to see if you can see it going. When you heat emboss, you put it on, and as soon as it melts, move it along to the next bit. If you leave it on too long, it goes dull and you lose the colour. There we go, just check I've got it all done. So that's the first bit on there done. Clean my stamp. All collapse. Like every other crafter, you start off with a great big amount of space and then you end up with nothing. Let's take that off. Pop that back down there. I'll just pop this back on the stamp. So now I'm going to do my flower. My duck. Oops. It's the little one I want. I'm just going to get these. Put my stamp on there. This is the die. Now I'm going to anti-static this. Oh, I nearly said anti-back. Just to make sure the white doesn't stick where I don't want it to. So for this we're using Wow Opaque Bright White. And again, the Isaac ink. embossing ink, the tacky. And again, lots of little light taps. Go over and make sure you get all of it. And then always ink to block a stamp, and then to stamp. When I want to position it, I've said this before, I use this part of my hand and I use it and I position where I want it. Pop it down. Don't take no pressure off. Always leave the pressure on the stamp. And go round. When you want to change hands, keep the pressure on and do. And then when you're happy, then you take it off. Pop that on there. And with embossing powder, I always like to put a good amount on, because the weight of the powder, you'll get a better, it'll stick more. There you go. That's that one. There you are. Let's pop that aside while I put the embossing powder back. Put the lid on my ink. And again, heat embossing this. Get it hot. Obviously with vellum, different to card. I'm going to get the heat gun hot and not too close. You will still get the change, but you won't buckle your vellum. There we go. That's that done. Put that over there. Leave it to cool off before I put it through my machine. Get my plates now. Very well used and trusted plates. I've got a little bit of washi tape that I'm going to use, and this will fit on, and it only fits on one way round, and by chance I've just got it on the right way round. That was by chance. Put that there so that it doesn't move. Pop it on. There we go. Beautifully cut out flower. There you go. So that's that. Now I'm showing you how to stamp the flower and cutting it out. Let's pop that on there and just wipe my stamp over and pop that on there. Pop that back in there. Keep tidy as we go. It won't last, don't worry. That's the flower done. Now to make the flowers, you're going to need a nice pointy pair of tweezers. The pointy makes it easier. Any different ones in here? No, they're all. No, that's scissors. So these are my trusted. I use these all the time. My favourite. So we're going to make up the flower, and I've used 2 large ones, 2 medium, and then I've gone for 3 small. So what we're going to do I'm going to come up close. You're going to put your tweezers on right up the petal, right up to the end, and then you're going to turn and twist. Why is this not? Well, there we go. Just give it a good twist. And then you're giving it just tip it up a little bit like that. Sorry, that's what I'm doing wrong. Pop your hand so your hand is uppermost, so you would normally use like that. So turn your hand and use it uppermost, twist, and then push up. And again, turning your hand over, twisting. Actually, you don't need to pop these up. I'm doing it as I'm twisting it. Right in and twist. So that's how it would feel natural to do it, how I did the first one. Turn it round so you're ready to roll. Tweezers right into the top of the petal and twist. And you twisted that so it's quite tight. Let go, bring it up. And again, bring it up. Give it a nice twist. A nice twist. There we go. Now, I think you've got the knack of that. So hand uppermost as though you're ready to turn. Just pull them up. And exactly the same with the little ones. Twist and twist. Twist and twist. Bring them all up. And then the last one I'm going to hold a little bit longer. So I want it a bit more twisted. That is going to be my centre one. Now with vellum you'll need to hold your petal on longer for the glue to stick. It won't stick as well as it does on card. So now I'm sticking these together and I'm alternating the petals. So I'm just going to use my tweezer to hold that down. Just leave that aside, and then I'm going to stick the two medium ones together. Again, alternate, and then hold that down. That's stuck. That's lucky. See, that's not stuck. Stuck to the paper underneath, but not. Let's hold it. I could do it with a ball tool. Have I got my flower making? I'm just getting a ball tool out, ladies. That's better. I can hold it down properly now. That should be stuck, yep. And now the little ones. Some glue, not too much glue, because sometimes if it's too wet it won't stick anyway. I'll just move them round a little bit, that's it. Alternating your petals. There you go, it's much better using a ball tool to do that. And now the last one. Some glue in the middle. Now we're going to pop this in. Again, alternating the petals. So I'm going to stick 2 medium ones in, and then I'm alternating the petals as well. Get that in there. Great. And again, try and get your petals alternated. That's it. I'll just hold that for a little bit just to make sure. So now I'm going to leave that aside. I'm not going to reposition my petals until I know it's dry. So we'll get on with the rest of the card. So the bee, we're going to stick just slightly off so we shadow it with the white. I quite like it that way this time. We do it slightly different. Never do the same card the same. It's always got to be something different on it. So if you can see, I'm just popping this slightly to the side. So, and slightly up. And that's that. So the next thing will be, what have I done with my card back? See, you lose everything. Why do we lose things when we don't move them? Okay, that's not in there either. Must be under here. No. Oh, there it is. Look, under my flower. Ooh. So now we're going to stick this to this. And I know I'm not going to go right to the edge, so I'm not going to put my glue right to the edge. So I've left that there clear, and I've left that, I haven't glued that little bit. So I'm going to get that tucked under there. Just give it a little move so we've got a little gold edging round. And then you can put them down. Don't need to stick them down because they'll stay down. So that's how I've done that. So that's that bit done. Next bit will be for our bee. Oh, we could stick our bee to that first. That confused you. Confused me too. So I cut the bee out of the gold mirror card by mistake upside down. So because I wanted the white bit, it didn't matter. So I've just stuck that there, and I'm just gonna use my Inky Blinky just to make sure that's stuck. So there you go, there's the bee. So now get the stamp platform out again. Open it up. Pop our card in so that it's the right way round and up. I'm going to get my Earth Day. And to do this, what I'm going to do is position my bee where it's going to go. And then I'm going to put my Earth Day and also my verse, because you need to make sure you've got enough room for your verse to go in where you put the birthday. So I've got my verse as well. So I'm going to pop that there. And that's okay there. That's good there. That's going to be up there. Just move it just slightly over that way a little bit more. And that. I think that looks okay. So take that out. Pop it down. And now for this, I'm going to use VersaFine Clair ink in Monarch, and to heat emboss it I'm using Isix embossing powder with Relief Opaline, so it makes it pearlized. Now shall I try that other? No. So again, ink to the stamp, lots of light taps. And the reason we do light taps is because we don't want the ink to go down into the stamp, because it's only the top layer that stamps. So pushing more ink in it won't help, it just make it look blurred and horrible. Put that over there. And again, I'm going to stand, just push down the base of my hand. Give it a good push down. And then hopefully you won't need to re-stamp it. No, look at that. No, I'm going to re-stamp it because I'm not happy with that at the bottom. Lots of nice light taps. That's it. And we know that it's going to be all right. Just push a bit more on that bottom bit. Make sure we get it all nicely covered. There we go. Pick off any excess. Put this away. There's my lid gun. To put my lids back on because I'm paranoid about knocking them over and not getting them. Just going to clean off my stamp. Just go over with my stamp cleaner as well. There we go. Take them off in a bit when I've finished. So let's get it straight. So now this has got the pearlized embossing powder on. So we need to heat this up. Make sure it's nice and hot before we put it on. Don't burn your hand though while you're doing this. I'm going to see if I can get this one underneath this time. That's lovely. You can do on the top with the smaller ones. I will explain in a sec. So I'm just checking now to make sure I've done them all. That's it, perfect. There you go. So, the reason I went underneath on birthday is because there's quite a lot of embossing there. It's gone. So I went underneath, so I got more smooth. If you heat from underneath, if you're using a silhouette stamp and you heat from the top, it will go quite bubbly. It doesn't go smooth. So if you heat it from underneath, it's a lot smoother. But with a smaller stamping, you're okay on the top. It's fine. So I've done that, so I know. So we've done that bit. We've nearly done that bit. I think we can start assembling. So my card is a little bit backwards, so I'm just rolling it. I like to just roll both ways because it makes it almost back to straight. And then for this one, I'm going to use tacky glue. Collal on here will melt the gold. So if you don't get it right and you have to move it, you may ruin it by taking some of the gold off. So just a little bit of tacky. Put it around here. Up the middle. Less is more with tacky glue. Make sure we've got this round the right. I'm going to do a tent card. And again, I'm going to stand up so I'm looking over it. Because then I can see if I've got my gaps relatively the same. That looks good to me. I'm sure one of these days I'm going to go flying on this chair. Go around, make sure it sticks. Longer, hold it there a bit. Just hold it down. That's it, I think we've got it there. So the B we're going to pad up. And I've got this size, which I think is 1/2 inch. And I'm just going to put 2 on there. Like that. A little bit of glue so it doesn't fall off our card. And we're going to place that there. Up a little bit. There. That's it. Lovely. And now our flower should be nice and dry, so we can just pop it up a little bit how we want and put our little gem in the middle. There's me one for the middle of my flower. I knew I'd put it somewhere. Little bit of glue in there as well. Help it to stick so it doesn't fall out. And I'm just going to get my tweezers on it if I can, and just pop it down. Just push it down, that's it, well done. I'll just bring these up a little bit so they're all a bit more movement there. Lovely. And now the leaves you won't need. I mean, you could sort of do this and stick all of them down like that, but I think you're wasting a little bit. So what I do is I cut down to the 3. You've got 3 at the bottom, and again cut it down to 3 at the bottom, and then I'm going to get my bone folder. Was in my toolbox, but has now mysteriously gone. Okay. I'll just use my scissors then. And I'm just going to roll these just to give them a bit of texture, so they're not laying dead. Make sure you hold the base of your leaf as well before you do, because you don't want to pull it off. I'm just going to roll that up, that top piece up as well, just a little bit, just to give you, just gives you a bit more life. Now what I'm going to do with these, I'm just going to cut them top 2 off. And then I'm going to just curl these one edge like that under first, and then I'll go up because that gives me a better, so I can use them too now to go fill in. So I always put my flower on first. That's preferential choice to me. Just position that where I want it. Hold it down so it's stuck, and then these leaves I'm just going to glue a little bit there and there, and then just put it underneath and use my tweezers to anchor it down. Let's pop that one there. And then pop this one under there, like that. That's it. And then these I'm just going to stick on the bit that I haven't curled, and I'm going to pop that one there to the side there, and then the other one just next to it. Like that there. That's lovely. Tweezers, that's what I was looking for. Just going to hold them there because they're not going to go hold properly. That's it, that's better. And now just to finish off, to match the gem in our flower, I'm just going to pop these. These are all stuck together in a row, so they're easier to put on rather than one by one. And then I'm going to put 4 in there. And in the middle of the 2 parts. And again, this is going to go in the middle of that, and you can see, just pop it down and then take your tweezer out. And last but at least. Oops, got a bit of something stuck on that. Looks like a bit of glue. Don't want that on there. And now I'm going to turn my card round so I can reach this with ease. There you go. There's your finished card, ladies. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. I've loved making, and hope to see you at the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Leave a comment. Thank you.